Hey everybody, Tennessee Fats here, and today is May the 4th, 2019. May the 4th for most people will mean Star Wars Day. I understand that, Star Wars people. I'm not here to diminish your event. But today, May the 4th, 2019, is also something that I'm a little bit interested in, which is Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day, for those of you who don't know, is a day where the publishers get together and have really worked with stores, have worked with local distributors throughout North America in an effort to get more younger people through the doors to comic shops and interested in the medium of comics. It's an important thing because when I go to my local comic shop on comic release day, which is typically Wednesday, the individuals I see buying books there are not young. They're my age. They're older than my age, actually. And what that tells me is the market that physical print comics are going to is dwindling. Anecdotally, that's what that's telling me. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know. But I believe that's where the impetus for Free Comic Book Day comes from. If anybody has any more information on this, feel free to send me a message and let me know. And I will update this by all means. But I believe that is where this is coming from. So I'm going to a Free Comic Day event that's being hosted at my local comic shop, which is Comic Book Addiction over in Whitby. I want to see what they're going to do. I want to see what's going on. My understanding is there's going to be free food. You can always drive me to an event with free food. I'm that cheap when it comes to food, I think, with my stomach. So I'm interested in seeing what goes on here. And when we're done, what we'll do is we'll come back and I'll walk you through, if I do buy anything, what I bought. Because it's always good to do a comic haul video. People like those. I like those. And otherwise, to walk through what happened at this particular event and what I thought of it. Let's go. Alright, so we're back in the car, and what you're going to see is me looking this way as I'm doing this outro. And the reason why I'm looking this way is because the shop is right there. I'm parked in the rear parking lot of a plaza next to where the comic shop is. The reason why I'm here is because, quite frankly put, Free Comic Book Day at Comic Book Addiction, raving success. From everything I can see. This is the most children I've seen going into a comic book store or anything comic related, besides going to a movie, in quite some time. So Comic Book Addiction, you've done a great job here. Well done. To the publishers that organize this, to the distributors that organize this, to the comic book stores that take part in this, I want to say a hearty job well done. You guys have really done a great thing putting this together. That thing is massive. Free hot dogs, free burgers. As a raffle thing with all the charity going to Kids Help Phone. A very worthwhile charity. If anyone ever needs to check this out, I 100% support this charity. Kids Help Phone, get on it. On top of that, you've got all the free books that are there at the back of the shop. I couldn't even get to the back of the shop to see the free books today because it was so packed. Absolutely jam-packed. And I had no interest in getting the free books anyways. Those are there for the kids that are coming in. Give them to the kids. And you guys are doing a great job in doing that. On top of that, though, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. So, great strategy. Open door, kids come in, they're looking around, and it just happens to be today while you're doing your entry into comics to learn about it, you can also get everything on sale when you're buying it. 20% off was the tier that was sitting on the stuff that I was buying. Honestly, 20% on a new book doesn't mean that much in nominal dollars, but 20% off when you're looking at some of the Grail books, that means something. Did I buy anything today? I did. I'm going to admit I did. I did buy something today, and it's been something that's been sitting on my list of I will buy this one day when. And I pulled the trigger. 20% off on this, added up to some money. And it's a book that I've been looking at for quite some time. And it was in the condition that I was willing to accept. Let's take a look at that when we get back home. Bam! There it is. Okay. Batman 357. Now, a lot of people are going to look at this and say, what? Well, I'll tell you what. The what here is the first appearance of Jason Todd, later to become the Red Hood. Yeah. That's why this one has been one that's been on my radar for a while to pick up. Not that I'm particularly fond of the character. I think he's kind of cool, no question about that. But I do see this character being a lasting one, and I do see this one being a major book that most people should have in their inventory. Now, what do I think of this book overall? It's got three spine ticks down the side. This bottom corner down here has a slight impact to it. Other than that, it's so clean. So clean, which is so hard to get on these older books.
This was at a time when people weren't really buying Batman stuff, so most of the stuff just got destroyed in kids' pockets. But here's the other thing I did with this. Do you see a backer board in this? It's in a Mylight, by the way, and this is a gold age Mylight, so it's a bit bigger, but you know what? I did this on purpose. You don't see the backer board. Why don't you see the backer board? It's a clear backer board. Isn't that neat? This is a company that was out of the States. I've been trying to find more of these. I only got 2 bundles of these when I found them, finally. Can't remember the name of the company for the life of me, but I've been looking all over the place trying to find these since, and I can't. But it's a clear, non-acidic backer board, which is really, really cool. You can also, the company at the same time was also putting out Mylights that were UV graded, so you would stop UV rays from eventually fading your books if you ever have them on display in the sun. Anyways, that's something that I did for this one just because I thought, you know what, it's an important book for me. I've been waiting for a while. How much did I spend on it? None of your business. How's that sound? It wasn't crazy expensive, though. A lot of people are going to say, oh, you spent hundreds of dollars on the book. No, I didn't. It was up there for me for a single book because I'm not out there buying major keys all the time. But 20% off. 20% off for everything in the store? Like, I'm sorry. Like, they have $5,000 books there. 20% off that? That's some serious coin. Anyways. That's the one book I bought. That's what I got on Free Comic Day. I'd say it was a success.
The takeaway on today, though, Free Comic Book Day. This is something worth going to.
Get us out of here.
Wait, what? Alright.
Get us out of here.
Make sure to like to our channel and subscribe.
You don't like the channel. You like the video. Who hired you? You're ridiculous. You're fired.